So welcome, our brilliant and beloved colleague Keesa. We so appreciate your consistent, visionary leadership, and as always at Sexy, we begin all things by giving thanks to the original stewards of the various lands we're on. We give thanks to all our ancestors, all those who toiled without compassion or compensation. We give thanks to all our elders and community stalwarts whose shoulders we stand on as we build, share, and learn together for our collective liberation and sovereignty. So, Keesa, can you please introduce yourself to our listeners and viewers and share a bit about your remarkable work?
Yes, thanks. I just want to say first, thanks for having me. Your platform is an amazing platform to just be on, just be a part of. So I just want to say thanks for having me. And yeah, so my name is Keesa K. I'm the founder of Hoop Queens. Hoop Queens started in 2020 as just a all women's run. We created a safe space for women to, play basketball. And then I got the bright idea to, pay women to play basketball. So I started the Canada's first paid women's basketball league. Myself and the team that I've like established, Avengers, kind of like an Avengers team, people who are just really great at what they do, and they've helped me build this momentum every year of this league. And we have big dreams, big hopes to create more opportunities for young women to get paid and continue their sport journey.
That's incredible. And not only the resilience and tenacity it takes to build something like that, but to pay it forward, figure out a way to create sustainable livelihoods for women in the industry. So once again, I
Exactly.
can't applaud your leadership more. So my next
Thank you.
question is, what's inspiring you right now? What has you curious, or what's keeping you up at nights?
Oh, the future of Hoop Queens. Oh my gosh. When I tell you the thought of where I want to take Hoop Queens, it's giving me the 2020 when I first started heebie-jeebies of like, oh my God, this is like so great. I can do so much. I have like basically the world is my oyster type of thing. And I realized throughout the years, 2020 is when I started, 2000, it's 2024 right now. And within these quick 4 years, it has been such a momentum change for just myself personally. And I realized like, there's no limit. Like there's no limit to what you want to do, and my abilities to execute and to compete at like a high level of like, hey, like you are your own competition, girl. Like you, every day you wake up, how can you get better um than yesterday or the week before? Like how can you be better? And I feel like it's just like with that mentality, like I'm just literally not unstoppable, but I feel like it's undeniably like I'm just walking into my purpose, walking into my greatness, and being able to like just dream as big as possible. Whatever you want to do, Keesa, like that, literally to myself, I say to myself, whatever you want to do, let's do it. Like there's no, you don't take a no for an answer. So just get it done, whatever you want to do. So
That's incredible. You're giving me goosebumps. I want to almost get my daughters in the room to come here. My daughters will definitely be hearing this interview. No, I really appreciate once again that visionary leadership and that spirit of just knowing that what's for you is for you. And the sky is
exactly,
not the limits. You can go.
exactly.
And I think a
It's
lot of times people have such small thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I feel like there's a lot of, I mean, with entrepreneurship or just even starting anything new, it's like there's always a lot of, self-doubt and imposter syndrome and things like that. I think I definitely shied away from that from like my year one to now year four as being an entrepreneur and small business owner. It's like now it's like, okay, well, I know I belong here, I deserve to be here, and I know that um there's nobody that has a sauce like me. Like there's literally, and I say that respectfully, like not even trying to be, bragging or boastfully, but I just know that like I'm an asset to any circle that I'm in, any conversation that I'm a part of. I have the ability to create and execute. So
I love that. Congrats, congrats. So my next question is, what are some of the challenges and barriers you're facing, and what are some of the approaches you and your colleagues are taking to overcome some of these challenges and barriers?
yeah, I mean, like, I want to say there's lots of challenges and lots of barriers for sure as a woman and as a Black woman, first of all. But my mentality, I would say this year is like I've really matured, and, a lot of wisdom has come just through my experience of like, if you view it as a challenge, it's always going to be a challenge, mentally. And I think part of us as a community, like we have to just change our brain a little bit in terms of like thinking, things are challenges. And, if it's a challenge, you know that you can do it and you can overcome it. But like, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Like if it's not working and you're trying your best, and it's not happening, it's not happening for a reason. And I think I actually had a call this morning, an interview this morning, and we were just talking about like highs and lows and how do I deal with that and stuff like that. And it's, you never get too high, never get too low, just like in basketball. Like, you don't get too excited, you don't get too, sad. So I think with that being said, there is challenges. I do know that there is challenges. I'm not gonna, not say that, but there's definitely some things that, some speed bumps. I love to call them speed bumps because, there's speed bumps. Um, there's, I'm a young Black woman walking into rooms, and, unless I introduce myself of like what I do and what I've done, the respect factor is not there. So I think that's one challenge for sure. I think that's inevitable, but it's one challenge for sure. Getting into rooms is definitely a challenge for myself. Um, and me having to continuously just ask and like, not beg, but, plead for like, my case of, why I should be here or why I should get this funding, or why, Hoop Queens needs support. I think I'm at a point now where like I shouldn't have to beg and ask for, companies or people or funders to now support women's basketball. Like, I mean, we have the proof of concept. We've been doing it for 4 years now. So I think the biggest, I would say, challenge, if we look at it as a challenge, is, yeah, funding. It's funding to continue the work that we're doing. And that would be like our biggest challenge, I would say. But it's also like, it is a really fun challenge of like, okay, how can we figure it out, I know my abilities, I know my team's abilities, to get these things done. So yeah, just like it's kind of like a fun little challenge for us. If somebody says no, there's always a way. So
I love that. And I think the beautiful thing about your proof of concept over the past 4 years is no longer a why. Like, why should
yeah,
we fund you? Why should we partner? Now it's
exactly.
about a how, and I'm excited to see when it's a when. So now
Yeah,
folks are like, okay, well, how do we partner? How do we support you? And I think the
exactly.
next iteration will be like, when do we get started? Like, when can we flow capital to you? When can we collaborate? But no longer, I don't think, just based off of not just the proof of concept, but the sheer will to scale and innovate the way you and your team have. There's no law.
Yeah,
It's no longer questionable why folks should be
yeah,
engaging in partnership. It's just
yeah,
definitely a how and a when. So
yeah.
let's make it happen. So my next question is: do you have a set of key priorities right now in your work you'd like to amplify to our listeners and our viewers?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we just came off of season 3 of Hoop Queens. So just following, supporting, sharing all the content and things from, our season 3 would be up to, I would love that for sure. And just staying in tune with the things that we're creating and the programs that we're offering. We offer our Junior Hoop Queens program for ages 4 to 14, for girls who are, still developing. We have a house league that's coming up that we want to basically provide, because there's no more house league anymore. Everything is elite. Everything is, how can, these small businesses, basically make money out of, people who can't afford but just want the opportunity to play. So with us, we want to continue to offer cost-free programming. We want to continue to partner with people that, have the funding to do that. So yeah, I just want everyone to kind of support. And if you know somebody, or if you know a friend, or if your niece or your cousin or your little sister wants to play basketball, and they may not, go to the highest level, but they at least can join the sisterhood of Hoop Queens. So I think, to my horn, but I feel like I make people fall in love with basketball. So I love my Junior Hoop Queens program because they usually, fall in love with basketball. So, I'm being biased, but basketball's the best. So
You sound like my son. We have a battle in the house about soccer and basketball. I'm gonna
yeah.
leave it there, though. I'm not gonna war right now. So my second last question is: what is your ultimate goal, and what does success look like and feel like to you and your colleagues?
I think personally, I'll answer that first. Of My ultimate goal is, one, just to leave a legacy behind. I think my mom, has done an amazing job with me and my sister. And she's raised queens in our household, and I think she's the epitome of just like what a queen is. So I think with that being said, are like I want to leave a legacy behind of like, you know, how women are supposed to be treated, how they're supposed to be looked at, how they're supposed to walk in their purpose. Um, and whether it's with Hoop Queens or anything else, like I want to be able to just leave my legacy behind and create that opportunity for other young women to see themselves and walk in their queendom. So that's personally. For professionally, I would say Hoop Queens, my ultimate goal, which is to continue to like create opportunities for young girls to continue their sport journey. Whether it's at a high level, whether it's at just like, you know, high school or, you know, just elementary or, you know, university, I want to be able to create that opportunity and know that they can come to Hoop Queens for, you know, support, whether it's on or off the court. You know, whether it's getting a job or whether it's, you know, being actually like on the floor or, you know, being a part of the strategy of where Hoop Queens is going. I want to be able to create that ecosystem for the current generation, the next generation, future generations, um, for them to be like, yeah, I can go to Hoop Queens and I could, you know, have some support because I don't know where to go next. So I think in my generation, we didn't have that. We all kind of just suffered in silence and was just like, oh yeah, you're going through the same thing as me. I'm going through, you know, hell. So, and we just kind of like went our ways and worked in silos. So I think with Hoop Queens, I really want to be able to bring back that sisterhood, bring back that, you know, that like that, yeah, that sisterhood that we kind of grew up on, and continue it throughout the years and continue it throughout, you know, the sport journey. So
That's
yeah.
incredible. Congratulations, fam. So my last question, do you have any closing thoughts or calls to action for our listeners and our viewers?
Yeah, I mean, just in general, support women's sport, support Black women who are doing things in their own capacity. I think for us, as small business owners, which I don't really love that, you know, that term because it is a big business, no matter, you know, whether it's one employee or 10 or 100 employees. I think for us, as a movement, we need support in terms of like financial support. Like this is so important for us to keep going and to keep doing the work. And I would rather create programs that are cost free, so that people can enjoy the experience. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my call to action would just to be, you know, the funders who are, you know, have resources to support programs, whether it's me, whether it's, you know, Layup, whether it's anyone else doing this things in their spaces, like just support, like look for the people who are doing the work, intentional work, and support them. And then for the community, I just would love to just, you know, just show up, support them in any way you can. And yeah, whether it's like social media, whether it's in person, whether it's like online, yeah, just support in any capacity.
Incredible. Thank you so much for your visionary leadership, all that you're doing for so many, but most importantly, the fact that you're paving a way and creating a legacy for many behind you. It's always hard to be a pioneer and to be on the front lines of anything that's frontiering. So once again, I just applaud
Thank
your
you.
leadership. And as
Thank
always at
you.
Sexy, we close the way we began this interview, this conversation, by giving thanks to the original
Thank
stewards of the various lands we're on. We give thanks to all our ancestors, all those who toiled without compassion or compensation. We give thanks to all our elders and community stalwarts whose shoulders we stand on as we build, share, and learn together for our collective liberation and sovereignty. Thank you so much, Sam. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you.